So, what is your name?
My name is William Ashley. I live on Lamia Boulevard here, homeless.
How long have you been unhoused?
Like two and a half years ago. Well, I had a friend that had cancer, and I was in Florida. I was homeless in Florida because of the situation that I was in, and I got put homeless, and I lived under a bridge for 5 years there. They built a facility there called the Comedia's House. And this facility housed a brand new facility that Norwegian Cruise Lines came in and built for the people, the homeless people. And they built a spot up, and it was great. They had housing, temporary housing, drug facility. They had counseling, they had doctors, they had everything they needed there. And it helped out the city of bringing these people in, and it gave them a chance to start a life over again. They had IDs, mail, everything, all the things that the homeless people need here. They had it, and they built it in one little facility. And when my friend got sick with cancer, they gave me housing down there because of my sickness. And for 5 years, they thought I lied until the doctors told them, no, he's not lying. He is sick. And they felt so bad that the guy came up and pulled up a chair next to me, and he says, look, he goes, oh, we're sorry, Mr. Ashley. You know, we didn't think that you were sick. You know, everybody always BS's and that. And they gave me housing. And I was in that housing thing for almost 6 years down there in Florida. And I had my own little place, my own bathroom. And they helped me out. And they saved my life, that place, Comedia's House. And they don't have that here. They got little facilities that are broken up. But for me to go up to downtown LA and live in a place where it's very racial, I'd end up dead. And I won't get the help because the system is choked up here. They have no way to deal with this because it's an epidemic now, besides the coronavirus. And when they did that, my friend was dying from cancer. And I was going to do a cancer run to come here to help her out when I got here. And somebody texted me and said that she was dying. Hurry. So I threw everything in the garbage. I came down here, and 4 days later she passed away. And I become homeless. I came down here, and like the third day I was here, I talked to a gentleman that was very respected at the time, Lamar. And he promised me, and the supervisor at Harbor Interfaith promised me, and they all said, you got housing, you got housing. And it was all lies. It was all lies. I didn't get nothing out of none of it. I've signed papers all the way through. They even took my Social Security card, and they still haven't even gave that back. And they won't even give me the time of day, and that's been like 2 years now, and I've been sitting down there, and they just walk on by me. They know who I am. They know I should be in medical. And they want to put me in a motel room, and it'll be just a temporary thing before I'm back down here again. And it would be useless to give up my spot here when I got everything I need right here, you know, except for the doctors, except for housing. And I'm gonna wait. Either I get housing or I'm gonna. I found out that I'm sick because of a pill that I took. And it's made me disabled in that, and this is the second time I got my disability, and I've been waiting for housing all this time now. I got here in 2018, and I'm still at 2021 now.
What's it like living here?
Hell, pure hell for us.
Gotcha.
The cities around here don't want us here. People abuse us. We don't get harassed by the cops that much no more, but they put false charges on me. You know, if I don't abide by what they say, but they lied to me about my housing, so I have to stand ground. I stand my own ground.
What did they tell you about your housing?
They told me that I had housing because I'm sick and I have medical problems, and they told me I qualified for housing because of my medical. And I signed all the papers and everything, and
What would make your life easier?
a place to lay my head at night, water, That's it.
That's
Well, pretty much a basic, but my situation is because I have a blood disease. People get phobic around me. I can't go into regular shelter housing with shared bathrooms because they get phobic about blood diseases. And next thing you know, I'm getting kicked out onto the streets again because they don't want to get sick because of my blood. But they won't get sick, but they're just phobic. And they want to put me up in housing or a motel. And the motel won't let me do anything. I have to be isolated because of the pandemic. I won't be able to eat. I have to be able to go out and I have to manage my money different, you know, and it wouldn't be, it's not even worth it because after a bit of time they kick us back out and we're back out here again. The housing thing is only a temporary setup for them. And then they're all coming back here after their lease is up or their time is up at the motel or their housing. They're back down here again because there ain't nothing beyond a certain point that will help them anymore. I got all them five cities, Carson, Torrance, Lomita, Wilmington, Harbor City, and San Pedro, and Torrance. All here, it's like 6 cities. And they don't want us here, and they're all against us, and nobody wants to help us. The only thing we get is bathrooms. That's it, no water, no showers. When they do showers, it's on the day of cleanup. And by the time we get there, they get it cleaned up and they're gone. The showers are already done with. So they don't give nothing to us. They don't help us out at all. Just harass us. There's nothing that they did but throw the trash away that we always do ourselves as best as we can. They give us a dumpster that gets filled up and they don't give us no garbage bags or trash to throw anything away. And the people are we're so blessed about having people, the civilians, just helping us out. But they overwhelm us with trash. They overwhelm us with too much. And it gets thrown out in the street. And that's why we have the sweeps and cleanups. But if they came by like on a weekly basis, they would help out. Or give us garbage bags, they would help out. But they won't help us. They want it to be messy and dirty, and so they can say this is why we have to do this, and it's because of them. They're creating this problem for us. Everybody just don't like us here because of all this trash. It really looks bad, and it makes the whole city stink, you know. And it's because the city's creating it for themselves. It's to benefit themselves because they don't want us to get help because without us, they are all out of a job.
Yeah.
If we get housing and all that and there ain't nobody here, then all these agencies don't have no job. That's $1 billion industry, you know, and they're filtering the money where they want it to be filtered and it goes all to their trucks and them and their paychecks. And we get nothing out of this. They don't even bring us water. They gave me 2 school lunches. That the other day I ate one and it got me sick. You know, basic school. And it's what the kids don't need at schools and stuff like that. And thank God the people help us out and they come down and they give us this stuff. Like today, a car pulled up and gave me a bunch of bags of McDonald's cheeseburgers to go pass out. And everybody's hiding right now because they don't get charges put on them, and so I'm gonna pass out these hamburgers when people come in. That's what we eat, is because that other stuff is garbage to us. It makes us sick, and it's old. I've gotten sick like 3 times already in 2 years, so I just stopped eating them. I told me people do the same thing around here.
So water, showers,
trash bags. Some actually help. They got mental help, but what they do is they say, okay, you're a drug addict already off the bat, so you go into drug rehab, and they don't get the mental help. A lot of these people they need mental help because they don't know anything different. And how I found that one out the hard way is that a girl, I yelled at her because she couldn't act normal. And that's what I yelled at her about. I said, why can't you just act normal? And she told me, she yelled at me back and she goes, I am acting normal. And that hurt me. That hurt my heart. Because in my mind, I thought she was like, educated and everything. But she's been on the streets all of her life. She don't know anything else different. Nobody's ever helped her. She's gonna end up being a statistic here. And it's sad. He said I was under arrest for narcotics investigation. And I told him I don't do drugs, and he still arrested me anyways. By the time I got to the police station, he whispered to a cop and said something to him, and he came around the back of me and he says, drop your bag, drop your bike, you're getting arrested. And when I did that, they walked me around the corner so I couldn't see where my belongings are, and the cop was sitting right there. And the counselor that was helping me, Lamar, he walked up to the van, and I said, go get my bag, and it was right around the corner with the cop. And when he went around the corner to get to my bag was gone. And only the cop was sitting there, so it was never put in my possessions, and my bag was gone. But by the time they got me to 77 police station from Harvard Division, they said I had a felony. They gave me a charge of having a dank dagger. And they gave me 3 years. I was looking at that for a piece of a knife. And they said it was a concealed weapon and all kinds of stuff. And I just moved back here after 30 years of being gone. And I've been in trouble in other states for other stupid stuff. But they went back 15 years at least on my record and held me and wouldn't let me out of court. And I said, okay, I'll go to court. And how long would that be? And they said, you'll do a year and a half before you'll even see a court date. So either I didn't plead out, or I'd end up doing a year and a half in jail. And I wasn't about to do that, so I'm on probation right now. And I could have been violated today by me even saying those words to them. And I'm walking on eggshells all the time, because they just want a reason to lock me up, because when that cop did that, I yelled at him and it made him look bad, and he got pissed, and that's why he put those charges on me and had me locked up. And I'm on probation now for it. And they fined me like $8,000, and I told them I couldn't pay it because I'm indigent and I've been living on the streets, and they charged me with that. And I told them I ain't gonna pay you no fines. I'm not gonna do nothing that you say. I'm not abiding by nothing except for your probation. And they still haven't said that. They keep saying little comments about it, and I'll be paying money to them, and I'm not gonna pay them a dime. Because there was BS charges, and it was just to shut me up because I made him look bad, because he was a high-profile cop. He's with baseball teams and football teams and has all this garbage. And I yelled at him, asking him, well, what do you do for these people except for harassing them and throwing their stuff away? I go, you don't even give them water. I go, who are you to sit there and say that you're helping? You're helping what? Nobody wants us here. And that's I understand all that. But there's nowhere else for us to go. The same people that are here now are the same people when I first got here. Only like 4 or 5 people got housing. 2 of them are dead. And the people that they've given the housing, they're the ones that are gonna fuck up and screw up and come back and get kicked out of their house. But they don't give the people that need it, the ones that really need it, the elderly and the handicapped, they don't give them nothing. And they won't give them the housing because they know that they're going to do good. It's a system. Their system is designed for it to fail, because then they got their jobs still. Without homelessness, they have no job. There's a lot of money involved, and there's a lot of politicians and a lot of stuff that's involved here. And they need that extra income to have. They want jobs. There's other ways to have jobs than this. There should be more different type of management. And about this homeless thing, the homeless thing is an epidemic now, and the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And while they're going up on the rent and the cost of living, we can't go when they have a lockdown. We can't even go to fast foods at night and stuff like that. I can't come out until nighttime. And by the time I get there to go get something to eat, You can't walk up to the drive-thru. You can't go in, and the supermarkets and all that stuff is closed. And we already get ridiculed because you can look at me, I'm homeless, and they already do that. You know, it's censorship on the TV to saying what's going on to the people out here. People are dying. There's a girl that died because they kicked us off the hill up there, and she went over and sleeping on the side of the freeway. And I don't know what happened that night, but she ended up getting killed by a motorcycle, and killed the motorcycle driver. And that would have never have happened if she was still up there on the hill with us. But we all got dispersed out when they did a cleanup, and Harbor Interface lied to us, and everybody went their own way, and she ended up passing away. That's her memorial over there across the street.
Memorial over there?
And she was a girl in her young 20s. Beautiful girl. And other girls are getting beat up, raped. It's bad out here. It's bad out here. And these girls, every time they complain, they say, well, don't be homeless. Go into a shelter. You go into a shelter, and then they're back out here again because they don't get the proper help by mental health needs to come first. Drugs are going to be here no matter what. You can work with the drug problem after, but the mental problem, you got to get to these people. And nobody cares. They want to throw you in rehab and all this stuff and throw all this crap at their head, and they're going to refuse it right off the bat. They come around here and they go, yeah, when they do cleanup tomorrow, they'll come by and say, hey, are you okay? You need any help? And, you know, and it's an insult to them, these people, because they've been through it. And when I started to be like talk and all that, they said, dude, you're going to find out sooner or later. And I'm still here, and I found out. You know, it's all, when they denied me my housing, they told me I had it. They told me sign the papers. I signed all the papers. I did everything they did. I abided by everything that they told me. And when it come time for my housing, they won't even answer my phone call. When they say, hear my name, they hang up on me. And this is the agency that, they have LARSA has a system, a grade system, a questionnaire that they ask you the questions. And it's 1 to 25. I scored 20 out of 25. And I thought that was bad, that I wouldn't get housing. And she says, no, that's bad good. It's bad because you're sick, but it's good that you're sick because you qualify. And I did everything they asked for, and they won't even give me a time today. Like today, they didn't even come by and say anything to me except for the people of sanitation. They told me that they're going to throw my stuff away again. And they threw away all my belongings. I had to spend all my money on stuff, and they made me drag a 65-gallon bag across the line. And that's all the cop told me I could take. And everything else got thrown in the garbage can. It wasn't tagged, it wasn't put up. They didn't even ask me nothing. All my paperwork, everything I owned, went to the garbage. And they didn't even care. They were sitting there laughing about it. And when they kicked us out to come down here, I put my foot down on myself. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not gonna abide by their shit. They lied to me.
I'm glad you're still here, William.
I thank you for your time, though. I hope everybody understands that we're not all drug addicts. You know, we're just people that don't have $5,000 to get into an apartment. First, last security deposit, all that stuff, and then they don't even trust you. And you do anything wrong, you're automatically off the lease, and they make you sign the lease, and they kick you right back out again, and they're back down here again. And then they lose all that security deposit and all that stuff, and they make it so you cannot succeed here. Nobody wants the homeless people coming into their city. This is a swamp. This is a sewer. This is the last thing of a sewer system right here. This is Harbor Park. This is all rain right off. Everything from the gutter comes through here. It is nasty here. But our immune systems are built up so we don't get sick. And the only people that are going to get us sick with the virus or anything is people coming here and messing with us. All these people that come and bring food to us and all that can bring a virus to us. All it takes is one, and it can kill us all here. Yeah. None of us here, since the virus has been out, not one of us here has been sick.
That's amazing.
And it's blowing their minds, but we don't interact with the public like everybody else. They interact, cops and paramedics and doctors and all these people that come here, they deal with the public. And we say, come on, kind of stay back and, leave us be. Because this is like our own community here. All these people know each other. We know each other by name. We know our pains and we know our happinesses and we know everything. And we help each other. It's a homeless helping homeless program here that we do for ourselves.